Good morning, anglers, and welcome to this week's Indian Lake Fishing Report.
Good morning, anglers. Welcome to this week's Indian Lake Fishing Report, brought to you by Indian Lake Outfitters and powered by Summertime Rentals, located on the north side of the lake, back by Newlands Landing. Water temperatures are currently 75 degrees. They're going to fluctuate a little bit depending on where you're at on the lake or in a channel. We do have a storm moving in today, so beware of that. It's always great to get out ahead of that storm front to catch them feeding fish. With the summer moving in, the summer weather moving in, water temperatures have been staying up there. You're going to want to downsize. I say it all the time, downsize that line and them jigs. With the storm moving in, after it rains, if you're having a problem catching fish, especially like bluegill, downsize there also. You might want to downsize to a ice jig, tip it with a wax worm, and work your seawalls and around the rocks, and that should put you right on them. The white bass are back. They're back in big schools. So they were last spotted over by Old Pill Beach. The guys were on them hot and heavy catching them. Best way you can catch them white bass, you can use spoons, crankbaits, spinners, twister tails. You want to cast and retrieve very fast and varying your depths on each cast, and you'll be hooking up on them. The saugeye fishing's still been good for having hot weather. Everybody's been getting them either trolling if you're out on the main lake. I've been getting them, catching them off the bottom using a swim bait. So your crankbaits are catching them also. The guys are having a lot of luck trolling. So the lake's in good shape as far as the weeds for trolling. They've been getting a lot of them out by Tecumseh Island. So you can troll around them islands and probably have some pretty good luck. The crappie fishing. The crappie are back tucked up around the docks. Blackhawk's been producing crappie around the docks. 1/32 ounce jig head under a float. You can tip it with various things. Wax worms, minnows, a piece of night crawler. Believe it or not, night crawlers do a little piece of night crawler tipped on a jig head. Does wonders for crappie. The summer crappie, sometimes they get a little finicky and don't want to bite. You can put a bait right in front of their face and they don't want to bite. The way around that is you're going to have to get a reaction bite out of them, and to achieve that you need to use a small crankbait. Small square-billed crankbaits work well. They're designed to reflect off of rocks and stumps. The channel cat, they're still hitting jigs when they hit top water. They're catching them off the bottom also. Night crawlers, hot dogs. Channel cat fishing's fun. It's just as fun as bluegill fishing, especially for the kids. It can be fast action at times. Keep the kids entertained. The flatheads, they're getting them on live bait. I've seen some really nice ones come out of here within the last week. You just have to get out there and spend the time to catch them. The bluegill, you're going to want to downsize. You're going to start hearing downsize out of me a lot with these water temperatures. Downsize to an ice jig if you have to. I know you got the tournament coming up here soon. A lot of guys go out and catch their bait ahead of time. That's the life of a flathead fisherman or a catfish fisherman. Go out in the morning, catch your live bait, go back out in the evening, and set and wait for a flathead. So downsize, try downsizing to a nice jig. Tip it with a wax worm. Unless you're really good at jigging, work your docks and rocks and wood structure. They are out there. They're kind of holding tight to structure right now, and you'll get them. Folks, we're trying to boost the channel, so I would greatly appreciate it. I do appreciate everyone watching, and the likes, the comments helps the channel greatly. It boosts the algorithm. If you can, share with your friends, especially if you have friends that like to fish. Until next week, good luck. Hope you all catch some fish this weekend. We got a good one coming up.